Consistency with your newsletter doesn't happen because you're motivated. It happens because you have turned your email process into a system. Now, when your newsletter becomes a part of your regular workflow, sending them each week actually becomes much easier to maintain. In this series, we have walked through several steps that help you make newsletters easier to send. We talked about why most newsletters stop, right? We talked about planning 5 emails at a time. We looked at creating a repeatable newsletter layout, which is so important. And then in the last video, we talked about organizing your ideas into one place, into a sheet. Now we're going to take the final step and we're going to turn that whole process into a simple workflow that you can repeat every single week, or you can batch it and use it, in batching sessions. Planning is helpful, right? But systems, that's what really makes things sustainable. So a plan tells you what to do, but a system makes sure that it actually happens. So when your newsletter becomes part of your workflow, it stops feeling like something that you're just trying to remember, and it becomes something that naturally fits into your business routine. A simple newsletter workflow could look something like this: planning your next series, drafting the email, formatting the newsletter, testing and scheduling, and then promoting the next email in the series, right? So when these steps are written down and they're actually repeated each week, your newsletter becomes very predictable and it becomes very easy to manage. And when you're running a business or that's, your own, right? And you're managing a lot of the moving pieces, it's important that things be very manageable. Content creation, client work, marketing, operations, all those things. But without systems, it's really easy for something like your newsletter to just kind of slip through the cracks. But when your email process is part of a defined workflow, it becomes much easier to maintain. And then the consistency happens, even when you're in a really busy season. Now, once your newsletter is part of a repeatable process, a few important things happen. You spend, one, less time figuring out what to do, which is awfully darn nice. You make fewer decisions, which makes it a whole lot easier. And you begin to build momentum with your email list because your subscribers, they start hearing from you on a regular, consistent basis. And that consistency builds trust over time. Now, if you've not already downloaded the weekly newsletter system checklist that I've talked about in the previous episodes, I want you to be sure and grab that. I'm going to drop the link below because it's going to help you plan your first newsletter series and then to help you start organizing your email ideas. You can download it using the link, like I say, in the description that's down below this video. It's a helpful starting point for creating your system, especially if you are starting from scratch. Now remember, your newsletter doesn't need to be perfect, okay? It just needs to be consistent. And consistency actually becomes much easier when you stop treating every email like it's a brand new task, like you're starting from scratch. But when you start treating your newsletter like a system, because you've got a rhythm and a routine to it. So if you'd like help building the systems that are behind your business, and this includes creating workflows, all the organization, the planning, I want to invite you to join Vision Mastery Accelerator. It's priced for every budget. It's just $7 a month. And inside VMA, we focus on creating the foundational habits, those foundational routines and workflows and systems that help solopreneurs organize their business and stay consistent. I'm going to drop the link so that you can learn more about VMA or Vision Mastery Accelerator. I'll drop that link down below. And I hope to see you inside. One thing I want you to know about VMA, I provide you with all the templates so that you can just plug them in and start using them right away.